Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another round of Ultimate League here in Season 25, as today we are here in round 3 at Jakobsberg, which is a fictional track located in Sweden. It was made by Vinci, and today it is a street circuit, and there's a lot of potential for chaos, and something that I think is going to give the drivers a little bit of relief is going to be the fact that there's no rain expected for today, so it's going to be more about the racing and having a good tactics. I'm pretty sure that having good tactics that allow you to race in clean air is going to be very crucial for a race like this. But yeah, either way, the championship is actually quite exciting so far. We got Sudoc still leading the way 1 point ahead of Ludwig now, who's in second, and we got Figo just a few points behind. And yeah, then in the team standings you got LSN one time tied as well, so a lot of things are happening. So yeah, let's then start qualifying, and here we go. Then we got the full grid once again, which is nice. So 9 drivers go through and the other 9 will be eliminated. And just going to zoom in a little bit here, because I want to show you guys for the last time, I guess, LSA's livery, if I could find an LSA car here. Jesus Christ, it's difficult as hell. Now there we go, we got Sudoc, the current championship leader. And yeah, as you can see, today we are racing in the same day as the World Cup final, and one of the teams is actually going to be Spain, which is what this livery is based on. It's based on the Spanish kit. And yeah, with that said, this should be the final time they're going to race with this livery then, as then for next round onward they should race with the World Cup ball livery. That's yeah. In the meantime, we got a huge comeback here today, and there is of course Soltari, which was often known as Graf, and yeah, he raced I think until season 14, and yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a driver, that's for sure. And I remember him back in season 13, he was really a strong driver back then. And as you can see, just looking to take pole position. And I guess he's really doing with his cars pretty well, but as we see now, we're about to end Q1 here. Who's going to go through and who's going to get eliminated. And it seems like we're going to have then, we got then the 2-star goats here, Eluxian and Zira. Then you got Mika today filling in for Flow first. Then you got Ricardo or Falbono also filling in. Then we got the 2 Mayhems here with Di Martino and Toaster. Then you got 2 Kenzers with Cole and Bituko. And then it's Carvey just being out. And then we see here Ludwig really just surviving right on the limit there, just 500ths of a second. It's the difference between going through and not making it into Q2. So yeah, let's get ourselves then into Q2 here. Alright, so here we are then here in Q2. Now I guess I can just zoom out here. And yes, so making it sure we got the SCPs, the 2 1-times, and those are over. And then we got also LSA. So once again, I think it's the same 3 teams, or maybe not actually. But we got once again 3 teams that managed to get both drivers in Q2. And yeah, then we got here, we got Kubo, he's racing here as Hakim. Then we got Sigma Bob as well, making a bit of a surprising appearance here. And of course we got here the sensation for today's race, Graf. Then in second place, I think I'm just gonna call him Graf, it's a much cooler name than Saltary. And I mean, it's the name that I'm more used to call him before. So yeah, with that said, let's see if Kraft can be on provisional pole. And no, this time around we got Figo just destroying the field. And look at that, he has a 36.1. Then you got everyone else being almost 4/10 behind. And that is absolutely insane. We see Kubo in second place, followed in by F1 Fan. Then you got Kraft down in P4. Let's see if we can improve or not. He looks like he has a yellow sector so far. And right now, yeah, Figo has such an amazing lap that he cannot really improve it. 82nd lap so far, but as we see then who's gonna take that pole position, I think Figo's looking really good here, and I think it's gonna be him. There he goes. So Figo will take pole position today, and so let's have a look into the starting grid. So looking in at the starting grid, we got then Figueroa starting on pole position with Ozzy starting alongside, and he's going to be splitting P1 times here with Ludwig starting in third, then filling in for Mazda Motorsports. You got Kraft then starting in P4, and then you got F1 Fan then in P5, then you got Kubo filling in as well. He actually got the same lap time there, he's starting also in the third row. Then you see Sigma Bob starting P7 with the championship leader Suduc starting only P8 today, so he's going to have a lot of work to do. We got Strudel Corey closing the top 10. Then after that we're gonna have Toaster starting in P11 just ahead of the Kansers, Colin Bituco, then Di Martino starts P14. Then you got Albono here for Ricard Alto in P15 followed by Zero. And then you got Mika to Mika, and then Luxian in his first race of the season. And then starting in P18, so that's pretty much it. Let's get ourselves then into the race. Gonna be then 39 laps around Jakobsberg with the dry weather. Hello everyone, and here we go then, we are back here. As you can see we got then now Figo starting ahead with Ozzy then in second place, and you got Ludwig then in third, and now we see Kraft also in P4, so nothing changes here. And yeah, as you can see we got Kubo then in P5 there with Suduc there in P6, so yeah, nothing really changing. It's everyone racing in single file here, and yes, we got Figo leading the way. And yeah, very calm start as you can see, and you may have also noticed that I was really not prepared when the race just started. Luckily I could just hit record and all of that, so as you can see everyone just racing in single file, although in the midfield things are a little bit different. We see Strudel there in P8 with Sigma Bob then looking for a move as he has the soft tires, and now you can see the chaos already. We got Corby right in the middle there, of course, with the higher ping. This should definitely be a very difficult race for him. And as you can see, oh, a big crash there. Strudel gets crushed into the wall. That creates a bit of a pileup. Now we see drivers going for the wide for the bit there. And oh my god, it's really difficult for some drivers to just go side by side into some of these turns. It is really not an easy task. As you can see now, there he goes. Ozzy then is doing his first race of the season. Now he's gonna take the lead. There he goes. We see Kraft also looking to fight for the win here today. In P4, doing what he can do. Remember that he hasn't got any wins yet in Ultimate League. But he's gone, I think, 2 podiums if I'm not wrong. It's still not a win, so this could be the day. But now he's down in P5 and he's not really on that slipstream range at the front. In the meantime, we see Suduc looks like he gained 2 positions from the start. And oh my god, I see Ludwig a bit twitchy there, but as you can see now the grid seems to be connected again. It's quite nice, and yes, Suduc just staying patiently there, and we see then here Bituco now battling side by side against Strudel there. Well, Bituco goes too deep there, and Strudel very smartly just does the switchback, and now he takes P11. And we still see some battling here, Luxian versus Mika to Mika, where now we see Zero trying to do a true Goes Hamilton moment. As it goes up things side now. Oh my god, that was a weird crash there. In the meantime now we see the pack at the front just suddenly breaking in a half. Essentially we got 3 drivers ahead and 4 drivers behind. And oh my god, now it's Kubo. Yeah, Kubo probably should look a bit, should try to see if he can become better or not with the lag. And I think right now, yeah, and as you can see, Ozzy tried to take the lead there. Oh my god, Figo really tried to shut the door there, just like what happened before between him and Fatme, for instance, in the previous season. Now it's the same here. We saw Ozzy going for the move, Figo tried to shut the door as much as he could, and then we saw Ozzy with absolutely no angle just ended up going wide and pushing Figo with him. So that was absolutely crazy. Now with that we got Kubo leading the way. As we see now Figo just trying to go up the inside there, and now we got Ozzy going into the pits. So we already got someone pitting here. And oh boy, that could be a little bit dangerous. Let's see where he ends up if he's not going to have all that much traffic. And right now seems like he has a bit of clean space. And so yeah, we see him then in P8. And yeah, so now he's looking to run on the hard tires. As we then see Kubo versus Lely going side by side there. And now we see both of them going into the pits there. And as you can see, yeah, Lely has to brush that ball around the outside. Kubo just takes the inside and he takes the position as well. Or at least he keeps it, rather. As you can see, oh my god, now we see just staying ahead there of Kubo. Then we see Ledley going a bit wide there. Now we got Corvid also in the mix here. And yeah, now things are getting very interesting. Looks like this undercut from Ozzy could really end up in something here. But now he needs to make sure that he can stay ahead of his ex-teammate here. Because otherwise Figo will have some big advantage right now. And yeah, then we see Kraft right behind, but I would say things are definitely looking good for Figo. Let's look at the lap times, and I guess they're not really comparable because this was an out lap for Figo. But he's definitely catching up to the Polish driver though. You can definitely see it here. Oh, and even Kraft was faster than Ozzy as well, so yeah, that's the main thing, and Ozzy once again just seems like to not have the pace here. And Figo will say thank you very much, and he takes the net lead then. And this time around there's no rain to worry about. Because as you could see already, it is a clear race. One of the 4 drive races in this season. As you can see now, Ozzy once again tried to make that move, and this time he gets the door shut there by Figo. As we see now, Figo making the move on the Spaniard there. Stevie Tuco could potentially be an obstacle there for Ozzy. The Polish driver needs to be very, very careful. That could really cost him the Figo slipstream. There he goes. Now he makes the move. Very crucial move there. And I think he's going to keep that slipstream there. Ooh, but now right ahead is going to be Straddle. Ozzy's teammates right here. So this should be very, very interesting there. We see Suduc finally pitting. Is he now going to change to the soft tires? I'm not really sure about that decision. I feel like he should have gone for the hards. Maybe opt to go for one last pit stop if possible. And now we see Straddle here try to not be in the way of his teammate now. But there he goes, he managed to do that. And now he's just gonna try and take some of that slipstream as we see Kraft and maybe Bituko battling. No, yeah, Bituko has all tires there. But yeah, we see Ozzy just trying to take the chances that he can. See if he can get back that lead. And you can see Figo definitely being a bit more cautious now. He went a bit on the inside on the first turn, which is really not a big problem. As you can see now, yeah, there he goes, Figo is getting away. Ooh, this is big in this race now. We see Ozzy starting to lose that slipstream. As we see now, Kraft also trying to get closer. Then we see Bituko here, absolutely doing an insane race. As we see now Corvid and Lelig as well battling each other. Now we see Kubo also in the mix there, trying to benefit from this as he goes around the outside. He's gonna have Bituko now just dives into the pits there. And now we see Kubo having a bit of screwed up exits there. As we see Ludwig and Corby battling each other side by side. They go. Corby has the inside. Ludwig is still trying to get some overlap there. And yes, somehow they are still surviving. As we haven't seen really all that much of a hard slam. Okay, we see then Corby just staying ahead. Oh, now there he goes. Kubo is the one now being a huge victim here. He's gonna get passed by F1 Fender who makes the move. But now Kubo's still fighting though. Look at that, yeah, there he goes. Kubo then up the inside. On the final turn, and he keeps the position against the LSA. Okay, we see then Suduc there. Staying behind is currently now in B7, which is not great for his championship chances. I think at this point Figo will be taking the lead. Because he's now leading this race. Ozzy is in second place, trying to not lose all that much time. But the thing is that Figo can sort of predict when Ozzy is going into the pits. And just essentially pit at the same time and don't allow him to do any sort of undercuts. We've seen Figo do this a few times. Ooh, now we see Kubo once again just getting crashed into the wall there. I guess Kubo may not exactly mind all that much, he's just an ER today. So it's just one race where he's here to have some fun. In the meantime, I'm seeing a car just stopping. Was that Pituco? I feel like they may have been Pituco because he was staying quite long on that stint, on first stint, and shouldn't be much further up there, I think. But yeah, in the meantime, we see then Kraft now taking second place, so he's overtaking Ozzy. And yeah, these two have the same tire life. Figo is the one with the one lap fresh tires, but in the meantime we see here Kubo still fighting hard once again. Now we got another pile up here. We see Suzuki maybe trying to make some moves. He's gonna go up the inside of Ludwig, but he has to back off there. Now we see, oh my god, now Suzuki gets caught up there. It's a little bit brake checked by the American. But now that he goes, he has a nice exit. Gonna try and go around the outside. Ooh, TP. Yeah, that was a bit of yeah, that was really bad, and yeah, we just slammed the other cars there. And but yeah, I don't know exactly why this is happening, but now that you go, then Figo managing to now pit at the same time as Kraft and Ozzy, which is very crucial for him. Then they really did extended those tires. In the meantime, we see Kolla and Straddle passing both of them as we see. Ooh, there goes a nice move from Straddle there. He clearly does have that tire superiority. But then on the main thing here is that Figo is in complete clean air. So he can just, it's just a matter of bringing this one home, essentially. And let me see here, Kubo. It's always tricky because once again, a lot of the time he's fine, but then he has these glitches and it's always difficult to call someone to DNF when they are doing fine, but yeah, it is a bit weird there. But here we got in now Kraft and Ozzy getting past Kolla and Straddle, and once again this is something that Figo did not have to go through, so once again a good opportunity for him to just extend that gap. Not that he would exactly need that, because he's just simply much faster than the others either way. But yeah, now he has that 3-second gap, and look at the difference here. We see, yeah, it's 4 tenths between Figo and Kraft on this final lap. And that is absolutely insane. As then we got here, ooh, Sigma Bob then creating P6. And you can definitely tell how strong these undercuts are on this race. Because we see some drivers that suddenly end up much further ahead. But then with time they just started to get overtaken by others. As yeah, it's very weird to see, for instance, the LSA is like down in P8 and P9. And part of it comes down to some drivers pitting earlier and other drivers still yet to pit, like Straddle for instance. And yes, Straddle definitely doing a very interesting race here. As we got then Corvette in P6. And yeah, then we got here Kubo, then alone in P7. And yeah, then we see Ludwig then in P10. And yeah, I mean, now there's not really much happening in this race, as you can see, it's all very chilled. As we got in there, Figo's just leading the way here. Now extended that gap to almost 4 seconds. Actually, let's just compare the lap times Ooh, 47.7. Ooh, Aussie going a bit faster. And then all these laps are fully comparable because they have the same tires essentially. So it's all equal between each other. Which I would say though, I'm very impressed with Sigma Bob here. The one thing that I could be concerned would be that he may have to do an extra pit stop, and that would really screw him up compared to the others, because it kind of seems like these pits are a bit long. But yeah, we see then here Kubo racing Corvid. But this is trying to stay ahead of him. Ooh, as you can see, Corvid just goes a bit wide there. No, I think he should be behind Kubo on this screen. Oh my god. But yeah, we still see then Kraft and Aussie battling for second place. I couldn't see the lap. No, I think it's still the same lap, but yeah, I guess soon we can compare the lap times again. That's usually the best way of seeing if someone is gaining or losing. You see now 47.2 and it's 47.3 here for Aussie, so it is less than the 10th, but still losing some time into Figo. But they're really keeping this race honest, I would say. It's just that at this point though, Figo still has that manageable gap. And he's kind of just still slowly improving there. But then now we see something very interesting happening. We got Straddle now on the soft tires. And then you got this chaos right here with F1 Fan. Try to make a move on Ludwig there, try to go down the outside. And then I think I can see why we see Sigma Bob on much older tires now getting caught up by 4 drivers. With Kubo getting away. And yes, it's really getting exciting now. You see Sigma Bob there. Just ahead. Ooh, now Corvid. Who caused a bit of a pile up there. He makes a mistake. Luckily though, F1 Fan seems like he managed to get past, but Leslie did not get the same fortune. And we see Corvid just trying to go side by side against the Romanian driver. Yeah, then we see F1 Fan ending P7. Now still battling Corby there with Ludwig. But you know, so we got the position change here for second place once again. Now it is Kraft taking second. And I think Aussie may have done a mistake, and I think this could be very decisive because now there's a gap between these two drivers. And so right now this is essentially becoming a pace battle, and in the meantime we see then Figo then beating already one lap earlier, which is a bit weird. I wonder if there was some kind of mistake. Not really sure, but yeah, we see then Kraft and Aussie, they're probably gonna pit on this lap, which should be then, they should end then this race with an 11 lap stint on the hards. We still see then Kubo in P4, and yeah, then we got Corvette. I think he made a bit of a mistake just now. And now he has 4 drivers right behind him, which includes Leslie. He's not really having the best of races. And I think, yeah, this is definitely allowing for Sudush to stay ahead of the American. But I feel like Figo may take this championship lead. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Kobe is mostly the twitchiness there. I think right now he's racing alone, but ooh, yeah, another PP Kubo. I saw him teleporting, and maybe sooner or later he's gonna have to DNF. I wonder if he's gonna do that or not, because he's definitely having an amazing race. But I guess he wouldn't really care if he gets a penalty, because he's written in the air. He's probably not counting on racing anytime soon, so that's pretty much it. But yeah, we see then Figo just continue to lead the way. Now the thing here is that he pitted a lap earlier, so obviously he got some undercut and he managed to extend that gap that way. But now let's see if he can keep it until the end. As we see him now, 36.68. He's definitely not near enough to beat Sigma Bob's 32.2, which is right now the fastest lap of the race. So it's like Figo's not looking to take the hat trick today. And nice, he would pit again and go for the soft tires. But I feel like even then it would be very tricky. And but yeah, we see then Kubo getting P5. But yeah, we see then F1 Fan and Corvid now battling each other here. But yeah, pretty sure F1 Fan was ahead of Corvid at some point. I don't know how he ended up behind again. One thing is for sure is that being generally beaten by his teammate. I think he actually was beaten by Suzuki all 3 races so far in this season. Which is quite interesting, but I would say this is definitely a very negative race for LSA. And I would say absolutely positive race from Sigma Bob here. He's creating P5. Granted that he does have older tires, but I feel like his tactics have worked pretty well. Once again, it's the tactics that can give you as much clean air as possible. Other ones that oh yeah, it's getting worse. Yeah, it's really not getting good. We see Sigma Bob then in P5. But yeah, probably wouldn't reconsider racing or think twice before racing, I guess. See if we could fix that that leg or not. So but yeah, we see here Bituko is ghosted because he's a lap down, which I wonder how did that happen. It is a bit weird there. Bituko was much further ahead, but I guess that extra pit stop will be part of the reason why. But yeah, look at Sigma Bob though. Still in P4, he's gonna have then 5 laps to go. We see Suduch trying his best. Does he want me to... Jesus Christ. He's getting... Oh, but now we see that he hears some battling here. Yeah, sorry for the silence there. Yeah. Yeah, it really just gets a bit tricky. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting worse there. Yeah, there you go then. So Kubo DNFs, which is gonna be definitely a problem for, I think, Ricard Alto. Although I think that still gives them 1 point if I'm not wrong, but either way, we got still Figo leading the way now. Perhaps just alone in 2nd place, and he absolutely got the hell out of Ozzy. And then you got Sigma Bob now alone in P4, and the others are not catching up here because they all just been a bit busy in battles. Like Ludwig, Straddle, Cardvid, for instance, F1 Fan as well. And yeah, we see then Suduch rooting P5, just trying to catch up to Sigma Bob, see if he can just get a few extra points. But right now everything is looking amazing for Figo, because I'm pretty sure he should take that championship lead. Yes, look at this. He's really done an amazing job. And now he's already on that final lap here of the race. And yeah, just an absolute dominant performance here. This is a Figo that we know for a long time. So far, he hasn't exactly acted like himself so far in this season. But now he's here to tell us that Prime Figo still exists. And here we go, then he's gonna show us all of that by winning the Swedish Grand Prix here. There goes Figo, crosses the line with then Kraft. An amazing comeback here, taking second. And then you got Ozzy on his first race of the season. I think, yeah, taking third. We see Sigma Bob there in P4, which is also an amazing race there for him, that's for sure. And yeah, then we see the others there. Ludwig down in P10. Oh my god, that it's Ludwig on fan as well. Definitely not having the best of races, but yeah, the likes of Graf and Sigma Valve showing up here today really just kind of changed things around. And of course Ozzy as well, he hasn't showed up yet, as we see now. Zero gonna give the position to Bituko, it seems. And yeah, so with this, let's then have a look into the race results. You got Figo with the win, and Kraft taking second, and you got Ozzy third with Sigma Goblin taking the fastest lap. Then you see Suzuki in P5 followed by Corvid and NF1 Fan. Then you see Struggle P8 with Colin Levin goes in the top 10, and then you see here Toaster with Mika Kamika splitting the Mayhems here with Di Martino. Then you got Albono P14 followed by Mituko. Then you got Zero with Kubo, then DNFing due to the lag, and then you got Loxian who did retire earlier on. And so that's pretty much it. Let's get ourselves then into the post-race interviews. So apparently no one showed up for the post-race interviews, which means that yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Next round we're gonna be racing in the Netherlands at Friesland Circuit, and it's gonna be our first race done with 50% of frame, which should be absolutely insane, and so I definitely cannot wait. So yeah, let's see you then until the next time, and goodbye.